Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com. This is the chart for the full moon, 7th of August at 19:10. It's set for London, the UK, British summer time. However, I'm using whole signs as houses. It's a partial lunar eclipse, and what that means is that the nodes of the moon, here's the north node in Leo, there's the sun, and the moon is always opposite at a full moon. So it's a full moon, but it's close to the nodes of the moon. And that means it's partial. It's not a full-on eclipse, so don't get too excited. It's also, you won't see it in the UK. The solar eclipse, however, coming up in 2 weeks, is the big event of August. At this full moon, think of it as a full moon. First of all, full moon always brings things to light. The sun is travelling with Mars. It joined, Mars and the sun joined, but now the sun is moving ahead, but it's still very close. So there's a lot of issues up for people. I know about anger, frustration, demands, or people demanding things of us, because Mars wants action, and in the sign of Leo is very much about me, the king or the queen. But it's also to do with our feelings, our heart. Leo governs the heart, courage. Think of it in those terms. Always at a full moon, the sun and the moon are in opposite signs. So the focus on the south node and the moon in Aquarius, if you think of the sun as the king, then Aquarius are the people, the populace. We've just had Venus change sign. And I'm mentioning Venus because Venus has changed sign into a water sign of Cancer. And Venus normally goes through a sign, it's a regular thing, but also it's about our feelings, Cancer, our relationships. So these may well, for you, been a focus over the last week or two, especially. Now the sun is partially eclipsed at this time, the sun and moon. And an eclipse is always about the shadow. So notice around you if you're getting involved in disputes with people or organisations. But what's affecting you at this time? A full moon is always an emotional time. Just notice that. We have in the sky Mercury. I'm looking at the sign, going through the signs here. There's Mercury up here in Virgo. Now Mercury loves the sign of Virgo. Virgo is where Mercury is really strong, and we need Mercury as a discriminating force, a communication planet. It's going to go retrograde. It does it 3 times a year, and it will go retrograde, but it will not go retrograde and make a contact to Neptune. If you notice, there's an opposition to Neptune. No, it goes retrograde just before it reaches Neptune. And that will occur on the 13th, Sunday the 13th. So it's going to go back. It's going to go back through Virgo. So we're going to have an extended period of time of Mercury in its exaltation sign. That's good news. Mercury wants to sort things out in Virgo. Virgo, remember, sorts the wheat from the chaff. Priorities. So I'm emphasizing it because the full moon energy is kind of showing us, look at Mercury. We've just had, last Friday, I'm talking on Sunday at the moment, but we've just had Jupiter moving forward now, and Jupiter in Libra, the sign of justice, is at a right angle to Pluto. Notice the ascendant. So in the UK, that is right on the UK's ascendant. Now, 17 degrees of Capricorn. Notice that in your chart, because you're getting could be quite stressful for you. Jupiter is about truth, justice, balance. It's Libra, harmony, and Pluto is all about the unconscious. It's a difficult time of year for many people. A lot of us are on holiday, but also there's an expectation of holiday. August in the UK is when we're all meant to have a really good time, and often that's not the truth. So be aware of emotions at the full moon and that Mars energy, because to me the Mars energy is the problem at this time. Other planets are remaining in the same signs that they were last month. Not much has changed there, but also start to notice what's going to happen. The Sun now in Leo is making a very good connection to Saturn, and it's moving in that direction. And when the Sun and Saturn come together, it means that we can be on purpose. We can really take leaps in our leadership qualities and make things happen. Saturn gets a bad press, but it's about doing stuff. It's like, yes, come on, have a plan, commit to it. So if we commit with all our heart at this time and use the energy of Mars, I've said it before, just do it, rather than get caught in the emotionality of a full moon and the partial eclipse. I'm just using my voice to stress this kind of lazy dog day afternoon quality that August always has. I have a webinar that I've recorded, and that link is going to be sent out to all my subscribers, and I will also advertise it on YouTube. It was very well received, and I go into great depth about the solar eclipse, and it's a very visual presentation for those who like visuals, which I excel in. Thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers, HealingStars.com.